Lucy asked me to talk about I apologise for my voice, it always goes like this, my monthly stall that I have at a swimming baths. So it's actually like an independent run swimming baths, it's just still set up in an industrial estate. So it's not quite a leisure centre, but it was somewhere that I used to go with my children. So I used to take them swimming before I started as one, so if it was on my radar or somewhere that was local to me, literally down the road, somewhere I was always going, and it was actually my husband that said, you should do your books here. At the time, I kind of, in my head, didn't want to commit to, well, I want to go somewhere every month or anything like that, but I wanted to get my name out, so I actually started originally with a borrow box. Didn't go down that well, obviously I was conscious I wasn't there, I was just kind of leaving the books, leaving the leaflets and hoping for the best. So I quickly realised that I needed to change my plan. Even though, you know, I would talk to quite a lot of people, I was still kind of bricking it a bit, kind of going, right, I'm going to ask for a stall. But like we all say, well, what's the best that can happen? Worst, they say no, I'm no worse off. So I asked them if I could do a stall there, and they said yes. They asked what was in it for them. I always go in with the 10% and free books to start off with, and they were happy with that. So each time I went in, so how it works is you've got like the swimming baths, and then it's almost like a cafe area that runs alongside, big sort of glass wall, so the parents basically sit there, watch their kids, have a drink, have a chat, whatever they kind of want to do. So perfect place for me to be. Weirdly, so again, we're talking sort of 5 years ago, I've been doing this one for like 7 years, it was £120, and every time I went, I either got £120 in orders or £120 in sales. So for me, I was like, well, great, that's my active order. And the owners would choose the books there and then, so they just kind of have a look at my stall, pick what they wanted, job done. It's a really good place to go because you've got parents coming and going every 30 minutes. So I go in, I set up for 8 o'clock in the morning, which is the first lesson, and every 30 minutes you've got new people come in till the final lesson, 1 till 1:30. So it's 8 till 1:30, constant stream of parents and children. I started it before COVID, you've got kind of various pictures of setups there. I was inside in the cafe initially, COVID happened, obviously we couldn't go. Started going back there, but had a gazebo outside, which in a way I was like, well, these are parents longer, they're not kind of taking up any space, they can stay as long as they want, they can chill, they can chat to me. Then I was in sort of like a corridor, that's this one at the bottom, you can't really tell, you just see lots of books. A corridor, it was all obviously the one-way systems, so they had to come past to me, which in a way was great. I utilised the time, because the only downside with that was everyone's obviously swimming in that room, I'm in a room by myself until people got changed and came out. But I made the most of that time, so I was filming books, I was, just doing posts and things like that whilst I had that downtime. And then obviously the parents would come through. It's great because the kids will not let the parents go past because you are there. Some do, some avoid eye contact and just, walk off, but quite a lot want to buy something, whether it's the child's achieved a new level, or just, you've got some kids who have real sort of fears of, going in the water. So, yeah, the majority of people will buy something. It tends to be a lot of sticker books, but it can be all sorts. I theme my stalls, as you might be able to see the random spider on my face, and take books to kind of suit for obviously different times of the year. I also take the activity packs, so the Halloween, the Easter, give those out extra. Just, little added bits to make it fun for the children. Because I realised it was a good place, I needed to make more of it, so I knew that I had to make it more consistent. So I started to go the first Saturday of every month. Not everyone gets paid at the end of the month, but it works for me because a lot of people do. So the first Saturday of every month, people have been paid, they've got the money, and yes, I put up a post on, I use my social media, so I put a post on to say when I'm next going to be there. The swimming baths share that, so obviously anyone that's following the swimming baths knows who I am. And I've also got a poster inside with the dates, the next 2 dates coming up that I'm coming. In the entrance I have a big poster with me, about me, kind of what I do, the various, sort of opportunities that come with Usborne, and my QR code to my link tree, so that's always up. I have recruitment leaflets in there for people to take away, as well as the book leaflets. So they're there all the time, because actually the guys that run it are like, you should come more, like Thursdays are so busy. But obviously just for fitting in with teaching and the other things I do with my children, I've just got Saturdays at the moment. So yeah, over the 5 years that I've been going, I've built up a regular customer base. So there are people that, you know, are still going with various children, so they might have like an older one and a younger one. So I've got these constant regular customers that will either buy from me every time I'm there, or they will kind of message me and be like, you know, I need X, Y, and Z, and I'll either deliver it to them there and then, or say, right, well, I'm next to swim this time, is that all right? They're like, yeah, I'll pick it up then. But then I've also got new customers, like pretty much every time I go, because there's always going to be new people that just start swimming lessons. They do catch-up lessons, so say their regular lessons on a Thursday, they couldn't make it, they will then sometimes catch up on another day. So I hit new customers that I've not seen before, and obviously people come and go. So as their children have learned to swim and they've gone, some obviously I've lost contact with, others I've still got that connection, so they still buy from me even though I don't see them at swimming baths anymore. So it is a really good place to build up your base, your regular base, but obviously you have got new people all the time. So it guarantees my 150 active order, 200 obviously team leader. I've never had less than 120, like I say, weirdly. I think the most I've ever got is 380 from there, but again, I've got other orders going on in between, like I say, people have contacted me. I've also got teamies from it, because obviously we love a prize draw slip. They are out on all the tables, I'm having constant chats with the parents. The parents love it, because obviously they send their child in and they come over and have a wander, you know, have a chat with me about anything. I mean, I will get whatever conversation I can going with every person that goes past, whether they buy something or not. It's just good to chat. Sometimes they won't 1 month, but then they will the next. Yeah, and I just absolutely love going. So I've had teamies from it, I've had school leads from it, so I've had school bookings, I've had RSRs, because obviously you've got your teacher things up, the teachers come in. They are a regular look for a book sponsor as well, so if you guys, some of you in the room will do look for books, they have regularly been a sponsor. So what happens with the money now? So the guys that originally owned it opened another swimming bath elsewhere, so they've got a manager, but they're not there all the time. So how it's developed in the last couple of years is I keep the 10%, just kind of keep it in an envelope, contact them every now and again, and they decide what they want to do with the money, but it is always books back with me. So like I say, it's been look for book sponsors. I've had children that are like the ones that come hiding the books for me. So if I've ended up with loads, I'm like, right, do you want to hide some books? Then we've taken, you know, the regular customers that know, they will take books and they'll hide them. They also work with, they've got a friend who's a social worker, so they do sort of events for children in care. So we've bought books as like Christmas gifts for them. So yeah, it's been sort of various ways. They put in mental health, money for mental health packs for the local school. So it all kind of goes back into the books anyway. And I use it for my summer reading challenge sign-ups. So obviously when schools are closed and you're not getting as many orders, loads of those children will sign up for their own summer reading challenge. So that's got me quite a few there. And it's easy to replicate, so obviously it's a stall, I share it with my team, and it's really sort of easy one for them to kind of have a look for somewhere local for them. I just want to share a couple of favourite moments with you. So I had a reluctant reader boy, so mum came over and obviously said, you know, he's not a fan of reading. They'd picked up the adventure game books, so he could read, but you know, sort of just, it wasn't his thing. So they got one, they came back the next month, they got another one, so I kind of realised, right, they're collecting these now. So I just kind of printed out the gaming log, you know, so they can keep track, and the sort of write your own adventure story. She came back the next month and she was like, oh my God, she said, like, he's not a fan of reading, he's not a fan of writing, he doesn't write at school, he's taken that write your own story, he's writing his own adventure story. I mean, I'm thinking, good luck, so I remember Sam Taplin talking about it all day, like, around the room with those game books, but yeah, he was reading, he was writing, he took it and showed his teacher was like, who is this child, you know, and that had all come from, you know, him having the adventure game books. he has collected them all so far now. So, and the last one I just wanted to share with you was, it was a family that came. So mum, dad, older sibling and younger sibling that was having her lesson. She got into her lesson, dad came over and said, again, quite reluctant, sort of older daughter, reluctant read out, she's 12 I think at the time, 11. She's finding it quite tricky at school. So I just kind of had a chat with her, we had a look at a few books, kind of sent her off to the tables again, got 30 minutes, so she kind of took 3 books, said go and have a look, have a read, see if any appeal. They ended up buying all 3. Dad was made up, the comment that just stuck in my mind was, oh, you don't get this at Waterstones, do you? You know, and I was just like, that's kind of why we do it. You know, it was that personal service. She has become a regular, she comes every time to get a new book, and her sister does too. And I've got, kind of a really nice bond with that family now. So, I want to leave it on that. Absolutely.